Okay, for this project I am using just all different brands of yarn. Actually, I have Caron and Red Heart, but it's all 4-ply acrylic yarn is what I'm using. But you can use any kind of 4-ply yarn that you have. It doesn't have to be the same brand. I'm using 6 strands at the same time to make it nice and strong. And you can just pick whatever color combination you want. And the needle I'm using, I don't even know the size of this. It's just it's huge. Just a really big needle. The biggest needle that you have. If you don't have one this big, you know, just use the biggest one. I mean, I don't think it'd probably be hard to use like a 6mm or something. You probably need something bigger than that, but just get a real big one. I got this at Walmart for a couple bucks, so. But it's huge. But you just want to start out with a slip knot with all 6 strands. And what you want to do is you want to make a chain. I'm not gonna lie, using this many strands at once after a while kind of hurts your hands. It does mine anyways, but just make a chain with it. And I already did my big piece, so I'm going to do it smaller. But what you want to do is make a chain. Alright, I'm tired. For the length of your laptop. So from one end to the other. Because I know all laptops are different sizes. Mine's not as big as normal ones. So, but you just make a chain to go across from one side and reach to the other. And I already did that, so I'm just gonna start off with a small chain, but you make yours the length that you want. And this doesn't even have to be a laptop case. It can just be a bag or whatever, but then you can just start with any number of chains. It doesn't matter. But once you get the length that you want to, I started with a chain of I started with the chain of 20 for mine, but you might have a bigger or smaller laptop. I think I got like a 14-inch laptop or something. But anyways, and then you want to just, once you get your chain, as long as you want it, you want to single crochet in the second stitch from the hook. And you want to make sure that you're getting all your loops, so you're not dropping any. And then you want to put a single crochet in every stitch for the length of your chain without dropping any stitches, or without dropping any strings. Sometimes they slip off. And you're gonna need it. I don't know, 3/4 of a skein of each color probably to finish this. Okay, when you get to your last stitch, you want to put 2 single crochets in your last stitch. So there's one, and then I'm going to go back into the same stitch and put another one. And I'm just going to turn the corner and continue on the back side of the chain. So here's where I just put 2. So you want to come up to your next one and start going across, putting 1 single crochet again in each stitch. My tail's in the way now. And 1 single crochet until you get back to the beginning. Oh. This will be really nice and strong laptop case. starts to get easier once you get past this first round. It'll get easier, and it won't take quite as long. Okay, when you make it back to the end, you want to put 2 single crochets in your last stitch, like that, just like we did on the other side. And now we're back at the beginning. Here's our last stitch where I put 2 singles in, and here is the first one right here. Now all we're going to do is work in a round of single crochets. So you probably want to put a stitch marker. I'm just going to use a piece of yarn right here so you know where you end and where you begin. And now I'm just going to jump over here to the first single crochet and single crochet again. So making sure you're getting all your stitches. And now I'm just going to work around putting 1 single crochet in every stitch all the way around. And remember, I'm doing it smaller because I already have this piece done. And my hands hurt too. but I think it looks really cool. And I'm just going to go around still, just work around the corner here. Putting 1 single crochet in every stitch. And it'll take a few rows before it starts to kind of take shape of a bag. It'll be kind of flippy floppy, but that's okay. It'll eventually straighten out. So don't worry about if it's twisted around for a few rows. And then when you make it back to your stitch marker, what you want to do is pull it out, move it up, and then just go around again. So this is all it is just rounds of 1 single crochet in every stitch. Really easy. Just like this. And when you get back around, you just move your stitch marker up and keep going around. And you can decide which side you like better. I like to flip it like that. And I think this looks better on the outside, but you can decide. But you just keep going around and you're doing rows of 1 single crochet in every stitch till you get the length or the height that you want, however high your laptop is, so it fits in the case. I did 16 rows for mine, but you do as many as you want. Okay, once you made it as high as you want it to go, and you can see your laptop fits in it to the top. Check mine out here. Like that. You can go as high as you want. I'm just going about to the top. And you made it back around to your stitch marker. We will, when you're at your stitch marker, we're just going to slip stitch into the next stitch, and then I'll slip stitch one more time into the next one and tie that off. And that big part is done. I just gotta hide all these tails. That's the bad part with using multiple strands. You got a bunch of tails to hide. But now for the handles, I'm just gonna, you can make any kind of handle you want. One long one, I'm actually gonna make 2 short ones. And you can also put a flap on it if you want to. I actually thought about doing that in the beginning, but I'm running low on yarn, so I'm just gonna put a couple handles on it. Okay, for the handles, they're kind of done the same way. Just get your yarn here, all your strands together. Let me get this out of the way. Start with the slip knot. I don't really know what's going on here. There. And you just do a chain for as long as you want your handle to be. And I did a chain of 24 for mine. I'm just going to do a little smaller now because I already got my handles done. But you do yours for as long as you want. 24 is what I did mine. And they're real easy. Just after you get your chain, as long as you want, you just single crochet in the second stitch from the hook. And then it's just one single crochet in every stitch down. Every stitch for the length of the chain. Just like that until you get to the end of your chain. And then I just tied it off. And I made 2 the exact same. So it was just 1 row of single crochet. And then I'm going to sew it on. I'm going to hide all these tails though. And I'm just going to sew it on with 1 strand of yarn. So I got both of them the same. So I'm going to go ahead and hide all these tails real quick. Okay, I started to sew on my handles here. And you just can sew them anywhere that you want. Just make sure they're equal on both sides. What I did is I counted my stitches over. And I sewed in between the 4th and the 5th stitch from both sides. So I'm going to do that on both sides too. And then I just got 1 string of yarn on my yarn needle. And I just stick this under here. And you want to make sure that you just sew it really tight. And I just sew it a lot. Just like this. You want to make sure that it's strong because laptops are pretty heavy. Some of them are real heavy. So I just sew it on quite a bit. Oh. So I keep doing this. There it is. Probably pretty good. And you want to do both sides the same, and then you want to do your other handle the same. And once you feel like it's really tight, you can hide and sew in your tail here and get both sides sewed on. Okay, I got my handle sewed on, and that's it. That's all there is to it. Kind of hurts your hands a little bit, I think, using that many strands, but otherwise it's really easy. And I hope you enjoyed my tutorial. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. And if you make this or anything else, I'd really like to see it. You can post a picture on my Facebook page. I'll put a link to that below in the description box. And until next time, have a good day.